Hello coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to our channel World Rare Coins, where we discover the fascinating world of rare coins and their incredible value. From hidden gems that could be worth a fortune to little-known coins with a rich history, we'll explore it all. So grab your magnifying glass and let's dive into today's exciting coin discovery. On top one today, we've got something truly exciting for you. A coin that many of you may have overlooked, but it could be worth much more than you think. We're talking about the 1984 US 1-cent coin, or the Lincoln penny. Now, we all know that pennies are small and typically not worth much beyond their face value, but the 1984 penny might just surprise you. Stick around until the end of the video, because by the time we're done, you'll understand why this coin could be worth as much as $44,000. Yes, you heard that right. So, let's dive in and explore why this seemingly ordinary penny could be worth a fortune. Let's start with a little history to give you some context. The US 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation for over a century. The 1984 penny was minted during the presidency of Ronald Reagan, and it carries with it the iconic design that has graced the penny since 1909. On the obverse, we have the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse of the coin, which features the Lincoln Memorial, was introduced in 1959 and remained in use until 2008, when the design was updated to reflect Lincoln's life. The 1984 penny, like all pennies from that era, was made from 95% copper and 5% zinc, and it continued to be produced in massive quantities. Billions of these pennies were minted across the Philadelphia and Denver mints. So, why is the 1984 penny so special in the world of coin collecting? Let's find out. The design of the 1984 penny is pretty standard for its time, featuring the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Along with Lincoln's image, the coin includes the inscriptions "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the mint year, 1984. It's a timeless design that has remained mostly unchanged for decades. On the reverse side of the coin, we see the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., which symbolizes Lincoln's leadership and his role in the preservation of the Union during the Civil War. The reverse also features the words United States of America, e pluribus unum, and 1 cent. While the design itself isn't extraordinary, what makes the 1984 penny special isn't necessarily its design. It's the condition of the coin, as well as certain rare minting errors that can make it incredibly valuable. So, what makes the 1984 penny stand out in the world of coin collecting? The key to its value lies in its rarity and condition. While the coin was produced in large quantities, there are a few factors that can make some 1984 pennies worth significantly more than others. First, the condition of the coin plays a major role. Coins that have been well preserved, those that have not been heavily circulated and show minimal signs of wear, are always worth more. Uncirculated pennies, which are coins that have never been used in transactions and still retain their original shine and detail, are particularly valuable to collectors. However, the real treasure lies in minting errors. Error coins are rare, and collectors love them because they are unique. No two error coins are exactly alike. For the 1984 penny, there are several types of errors that can increase the value dramatically. Some of the most valuable error coins include double die errors. This is when the design on the coin is slightly doubled due to the die being improperly aligned during the minting process. On the 1984 penny, double die errors can appear on the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust, and these coins are highly sought after by collectors. Off-center strikes. This is when the coin is not perfectly aligned when it's struck, resulting in a coin where the design appears off-center. Off-center pennies are rare and can significantly increase a coin's value. Die cracks or cuds. Die cracks or cuds are raised areas on the coin caused by a damaged die. These errors create unique patterns or imperfections on the coin, making them more valuable to collectors who are looking for one-of-a-kind pieces. Asterisk. Unique features to look for. If you happen to have a 1984 penny in your collection or come across one in your change, there are a few key features to look for that can indicate whether it's a rare, valuable coin. Mint mark. The mint mark on the coin tells you whether it was produced in Philadelphia, no mint mark, or Denver, marked with a D. While the mint mark itself doesn't necessarily increase a coin's value, it can help identify rarer variations of the 1984 penny. Double die errors. Check for any signs of doubling in the design, especially around the date, Liberty, and In God We Trust. If the lettering appears to be doubled or misaligned, you may have a valuable error coin. Off-center strikes. Look carefully at the alignment of the design. If the image seems to be crooked or offset, that could be a sign of an off-center strike. These coins are much rarer and can command higher prices. Die cracks or cuts. Inspect the coin for any cracks or raised areas in the design, especially around the edges or within the lettering. These imperfections are rare and add to the coin's value. So, what's the value of a 1984 penny? While most 1984 pennies are worth only their face value, 1 cent, coins that are in mint condition or have rare minting errors can be worth significantly more. If you happen to have a 1984 penny that is in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if you find one with a rare minting error, it could fetch a very impressive price at auction. In fact, a 1984 penny with an error or in excellent condition could be worth as much as $44,000. That's right, $44,000 for a single penny? And there you have it, folks. The 1984 US 1-cent coin is more than just another penny. Whether you have an uncirculated coin or one with a rare error, this small piece of currency could be worth a small fortune. On top two, we've got something special for you. A coin you might not think much of, but one that could be worth far more than its face value. We're talking about the 1992 US 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny. Now, we all know that pennies are, well, just pennies, right? But what if I told you that this 1992 penny could be worth as much as $38,000? That's right. You heard me correctly. So, make sure to stick around till the end, because by the time we're done, you'll see just how much a seemingly ordinary penny can be worth when it's in the right condition or has the right rare features. First, let's set the stage with some history. The 1992 penny was minted during a pivotal time in American history. It was the year of the presidential election, with Bill Clinton winning his first term. Economically, the United States was in a period of steady growth, and the penny, which had been in circulation for more than 80 years, was still a crucial part of everyday transactions. The US 1-cent coin, or the Lincoln penny, has been a symbol of American values ever since it was first introduced in 1909. The 1992 version, like other pennies from that time, was made from 95% copper and 5% zinc and followed the same design that had been in place for decades. On the obverse front of the coin, you'll find the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse back, the Lincoln Memorial is featured, a representation of Lincoln's role in preserving the Union during the Civil War. While this design has remained largely unchanged for years, it's the condition and rarity of some 1992 pennies that can make them worth so much more than their face value. Let's take a closer look at the design elements that make the 1992 penny unique. On the obverse, we have Lincoln's portrait, which has been featured on the penny since 1909. The coin also includes the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," in the year 1992. These words are a reflection of American ideals and the legacy of Lincoln, who was instrumental in shaping the country's future. The reverse side of the coin showcases the Lincoln Memorial, an enduring symbol of Lincoln's leadership and the sacrifices made to preserve the Union. The words United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent also appear, grounding the coin in the values and history of the United States. While the design of the 1992 penny is certainly iconic, it's the rarity and specific features of certain coins that make them worth big money. The real story behind the value of the 1992 penny is all about its condition and the rare minting errors that might make it a true treasure. So, what makes the 1992 penny so special in the world of coin collecting? The first factor is condition. Like most coins, a penny in uncirculated condition is worth far more than one that's been used in daily transactions. Most 1992 pennies that have been in circulation for decades show signs of wear, from scratches to discoloration. But uncirculated pennies, those that have been preserved in pristine condition, can fetch much higher prices. The second factor is minting errors. Error coins are among the most sought after in the world of collecting because they are unique and can be worth thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. For the 1992 penny, there are a few key errors that can dramatically increase its value. Let's take a look at some of the key errors to watch for on your 1992 penny. Double die errors. One of the most common and valuable errors is the double die. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in a design that appears doubled. On the 1992 penny, the doubling could appear on the date, Liberty, or "In God We Trust." If you spot any signs of doubling, especially on these key areas, you could have a rare error coin on your hands. Asterisk off-center strikes. An off-center strike happens when the coin isn't perfectly aligned when it's struck. This results in a design that appears shifted to one side of the coin. These off-center pennies are highly sought after because they are considered rare and unusual, making them worth significantly more than a regular, well-centered penny. Die cracks or cuds. Die cracks and cuds are errors caused by damage to the die used to mint the coin. A die crack is a raised line on the coin that forms as the die cracks. A cud is a raised, unstruck area that occurs when a piece of the die breaks off. These errors can make the coin unique, and they are especially prized by collectors looking for something that stands out. Asterisk now that you know what to look for, here's how you can identify a valuable 1992 penny. Condition. First and foremost, check the condition of the coin. Is it shiny and free of any damage or signs of wear? If it's uncirculated or nearly perfect, it could be worth much more than just 1 cent asterisk double die. Look closely at the date and the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." If the text appears slightly doubled, you may have a valuable double die error coin on your hands. Asterisk off-center strikes. Inspect the coin for any signs that the design is shifted to one side. If the coin looks off-center, that's a clear sign of a rare error that could increase its value significantly. Asterisk die cracks or cuds. Examine the edges and the lettering carefully for any cracks or raised areas. These can indicate that the coin was struck with a damaged die, making it a unique find. Asterisk so, what's the value of a 1992 penny? Well, most of these coins are still worth only their face value, 1 cent. However, if you find a 1992 penny in mint condition or one with a rare error, you could be holding a true treasure. Depending on the error and condition, a 1992 penny could be worth as much as $38,000. That's right, $38,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe, but it's true. This is why collectors scour through their change looking for these hidden gems. If you happen to have a 1992 penny that's in uncirculated condition or has one of these rare minting errors, you could be sitting on a small fortune. And there you have it, folks. The 1992 US 1 cent coin may seem like just another penny, but with the right condition or a rare minting error, it could be worth a lot more than you'd expect. So, next time you're sorting through your old coins, take a closer look at any 1992 pennies you might have. Who knows, you could be holding a valuable piece of history. On Top 3, we're diving deep into the world of US pennies, specifically the 2007 1 cent coin. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, nothing special. But wait, this 2007 penny might actually be worth way more than you think. That's right, folks. We're about to uncover the hidden value of the 2007 penny, and by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at just how much this seemingly ordinary coin could fetch in the right condition. Stick around until the end, and I'll reveal just how much you could make from a single 2007 penny. Spoiler alert. It could be as much as $30,000. Yes, you heard that right, $30,000 for a penny. Let's dive into the details and see why this little coin could be worth so much. Let's start by looking at the background of the 2007 penny. It was a year that was part of a transitional period for U.S. coins. The 2007 penny features the traditional image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which has been on the coin since 1909. On the reverse side of the penny, you'll find the Union Shield design, which was introduced in 2010 as part of the redesigned coins for the U.S. Mint's ongoing series. This design symbolizes the strength and unity of the nation, incorporating 13 stripes representing the original colonies. The 2007 penny may not seem like a major milestone in U.S. coinage, but what makes it stand out is the fact that certain 2007 pennies are worth far more than the standard 1 cent. And no, we're not talking about the ones you find in your change jar. We're talking about the rare, uncirculated versions or those with minting errors that can be worth thousands of dollars. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 2007 penny. On the obverse, the front, you'll see the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which has been featured on the penny for over 100 years. Surrounding Lincoln's profile, you'll find the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," in the year 2007. Lincoln's face on the penny represents the ideals of freedom, unity, and American history, values that continue to resonate today. The reverse side of the 2007 penny features the Union Shield, which replaced the Lincoln Memorial design in 2010. The shield represents the protection of the United States, with 13 stripes symbolizing the original 13 colonies and a banner displaying the national motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many one. This design showcases the strength and unity of America, and it adds a fresh new look to the coin that collectors appreciate. So why are some 2007 pennies worth far more than the face value of 1 cent? Well, it all comes down to two main factors, rarity and condition. First off, most of the 2007 pennies that were minted and circulated were used in everyday transactions, which means they're often worn down and damaged. But in the world of coin collecting, a penny in pristine condition is a rare find. Uncirculated pennies, those that have never been in circulation and show no signs of wear, are much more valuable to collectors. A penny that's been carefully stored and kept in mint condition can fetch much higher prices. Secondly, there's the issue of minting errors. Mint errors occur when something goes wrong during the minting process, resulting in a coin that's different from the intended design. These coins are rare and often highly sought after by collectors. If you happen to find a 2007 penny with a minting error, it could be worth far more than a standard, uncirculated penny. Now, let's talk about some of the most common minting errors that can make a 2007 penny worth a lot of money. Here are a few key ones to watch out for. Double die errors. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once, creating a doubled image of the design. The most common places to look for double dies are the date, Liberty, and the inscription, In God We Trust. If you notice that these words appear doubled or blurred, you could have a very valuable coin on your hands. Asterisk off-center strikes. When a coin is struck off-center, it results in a design that's misaligned on the coin. These off-center pennies are rare and highly collectible, and they can be worth much more than a regular penny. Asterisk die cracks or cuds. Die cracks occur when the minting die develops cracks, which can leave raised lines on the coin. A cud is when a portion of the die breaks off, leaving a raised lump on the coin's surface. Both of these imperfections can make a penny unique and more valuable to collectors. Asterisk so, how can you identify if you have a 2007 penny that's worth more than just 1 cent? Here's a quick guide to help you out. Condition. Look at the condition of the penny. If it's shiny, clean, and free from damage, it could be an uncirculated coin. Uncirculated coins are much more valuable than those that have been in circulation for years. Asterisk check for double die errors. Examine the date and inscriptions carefully. If you see any doubling or overlapping letters or numbers, you may have found a rare double die error penny. Asterisk look for off-center strikes. Hold the coin up to the light and inspect the alignment of the design. If it looks misaligned, you could have an off-center strike penny. Asterisk inspect for die cracks or cuds. Check for any raised lines or lumps on the surface of the coin. If you find any, it could be a die crack or cud error coin that's worth more than a regular penny. Asterisk so, how much is the 2007 penny actually worth? Well, most of these pennies are worth only 1 cent. But if you happen to have one that's in mint condition, or one that has a rare minting error, the value can skyrocket. In fact, certain 2007 pennies can fetch prices as high as $30,000 for just a single penny. Yes, you heard that correctly, $30,000 for a 2007 penny with the right error or in perfect condition. That's the power of rare coins in the collecting world. So, there you have it. The 2007 US 1 cent coin might just be worth a whole lot more than you think. If you have one in your collection, or even just a few pennies lying around, make sure to check them carefully for minting errors or signs of uncirculated condition. It could be worth a small fortune. On top, we've got a real treat for you. A coin that may look ordinary at first glance, but could actually be worth a lot more than its face value. We're talking about the United States 1 cent coin from 2010. That's right, a penny from 2010 could potentially fetch a price you wouldn't believe. So stick around until the end, because I'm going to reveal just how much this seemingly average penny could be worth today. And trust me, you'll want to hear this, especially when I tell you it could be worth up to $25,000. Let's take a trip back in time to 2010. While the world was going through some big changes, social, political, and technological, U.S. coinage was also evolving. In 2010, the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies, like they do every year. But what makes the 2010 penny stand out? Why could it be worth so much more than just 1 cent? First, we need to understand a little bit about the context of the year. In 2010, the United States was still recovering from the 2008 financial crisis, and the Mint was continuing its efforts to produce coins with designs that reflect American history. The 2010 penny continued to feature Abraham Lincoln, but that year was also the first year of a special reverse design for the penny, what we call the shield design. This was the first year that the penny featured the modern Union shield, which was adopted by the U.S. Mint as part of a new initiative to update the reverse designs of several coins. The Union shield represents strength, protection, and the unity of the nation, with 13 stripes representing the original colonies. It's a symbol of the strength that holds America together, and that new design is a big reason why 2010 pennies have a unique place in the world of numismatics. What's on the actual coin? On the obverse side, that's the front, you'll see the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This image has been on the penny since 1909, marking over 100 years of Lincoln's presence on U.S. currency. But the penny is more than just Lincoln's image. It's a symbol of freedom, unity, and the ideals that Lincoln represented during his presidency. On the reverse side of the 2010 penny, you'll find the Union shield. The shield is a relatively new design for the penny, and it represents the strength and unity of the United States. The 13 stripes on the shield symbolize the original 13 colonies, while the banner across the top of the shield carries the national motto, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. This design was introduced in 2010 to replace the Lincoln Memorial reverse that had been used for over half a century. Now, you might think that the design is nice, but what makes the 2010 penny more valuable than just its face value? Let's dig into that. Why are some 2010 pennies worth more than a penny? Well, there are a couple of factors at play here: rarity and condition. First off, as with any coin, the condition plays a huge role in determining its value. Most of the 2010 pennies that were minted and circulated were used in daily transactions, meaning they've seen wear and tear. But if you have one in uncirculated condition, meaning it's shiny, clean, and free from any signs of damage or heavy circulation, you've got a rare find on your hands. Uncirculated coins are always in high demand among collectors because they're harder to come by. As more and more of these coins get used, they begin to deteriorate. So, if you've got a pristine, uncirculated 2010 penny, it could be worth far more than just 1 cent, but there's something even rarer that makes certain 2010 pennies extremely valuable: mint errors. Mint errors are mistakes that happen during the coin's production process. These mistakes can result in coins with unusual characteristics that make them stand out from the rest of the batch. Some of these errors can make a penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about some of the minting errors that can make the 2010 penny so valuable. If you're lucky enough to find one of these errors, you could have a coin worth far more than its face value. Double die errors. This is one of the most sought-after errors among collectors. A double die occurs when the coin is struck more than once, causing a doubling of the design. You might notice that the date, Liberty, or In God We Trust, appear to be doubled or blurred. If you spot a double die error on a 2010 penny, hold on to it. This could increase its value dramatically. Asterisk off-center strikes. This occurs when the coin is struck off-center, resulting in a design that doesn't line up properly on the coin. These off-center pennies are rare and highly collectible, which makes them very valuable to collectors. A 2010 penny with an off-center strike could be worth far more than just 1 cent. Asterisk die cracks and cuts. Sometimes, the dies used to mint the coins develop cracks or chips. When this happens, it leaves raised lines or lumps on the coin. If you notice a raised line or a lump on the surface of your 2010 penny, it could be a die crack or cud, both of which make the coin more valuable due to their rarity. Asterisk so, how can you identify a valuable 2010 penny? Here's a quick guide. Check the condition. Look for pennies that are in uncirculated, mint condition. These coins will be shiny, clean, and free of any wear or damage. Uncirculated 2010 pennies are much more valuable than those that have been used in everyday transactions. Asterisk look for mint errors. Check the design for any signs of doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual markings like die cracks or cuds. These errors can make the coin much more valuable to collectors. Asterisk so, how much is a 2010 penny actually worth? Well, most of them are worth just 1 cent. But if you happen to have one in uncirculated condition or with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a price tag of up to $25,000 for a single penny. That's right, $25,000 for a 2010 penny. Who knew a small, everyday coin could hold so much value? If you've got one in your collection, make sure to take a close look. It could be worth far more than you ever imagined. There you have it. The 2010 penny might seem ordinary, but it could be hiding a huge value if it's in the right condition or has a minting error. So, next time you come across a 2010 penny, take a closer look. It might just be worth a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our future coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!